like, subscribe, and leave a comment. So I had to come back and talk to you lot. I did give you lot my reaction last night to the Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane fight, which was 45 seconds because there was literally nothing to talk about. I wasn't impressed at all. Not with the fight, just the result. Not with the fighters, just the result and the way it turned out. And I just didn't know what to say. I've had time to sleep on it now. I slept on it. So let me bring you my thoughts. So, did Tom Aspinall quit in the fight last night? He was a bit bloodied up. He looked a bit bloodied up. Okay, he got his nose a bit busted. Ciryl Gane was doing well. I'm not sure who won the first round. I mean, it didn't even go out the first round, did it? Yeah. Obviously, I don't know who was winning it. Potentially Ciryl Gane. It was Tom Aspinall was lunging in a lot with punches. He was connecting here and there, leg kicks and some headshots as well. He did attempt for a takedown, which Ciryl Gane stopped. Ciryl Gane was landing with a nice jab. The jab was connecting quite a bit, and it did obviously bloody Tom's nose. And then the eye poke happened. The thing, it wasn't just one eye poke, it was a double eye poke. So the question is, did Tom Aspinall quit? Personally, I think Tom Aspinall didn't quit. I don't think he quit. We've never seen him quit previously in any fight. Now, I know people are saying if it goes into the later rounds, things like that, how does he fare up? Well, the fight didn't get out the first round, and we've never seen Tom quit in the first round. So, and he doesn't have a history of quitting. All he had was a TKO loss to Curtis Blades, but he didn't quit. His leg went out. So I don't think he quit. I think what's happened is, for Tom's perspective, and this is at heavyweight, okay? He obviously was looking to implement his game plan. The fight seemed to be a bit 50-50, as far as I know. And then he was a double eye poke. This is something, I don't know if this has happened to him before. He may have been eye poked before in a fight, but not like this. Now, this is something new that's happened to him. He wasn't prepared for this. Who prepares for an eye poke? So obviously he got eye poked. This wasn't part of the game plan. This wasn't part of what he was looking to do and implement. And it may have just threw him off totally. And also, he can't see. If he can't see, he can't see people. Like, we can't be running him down and calling him out because he couldn't see. That's not right. If he couldn't see out his eye, you can't see out his eye. This is heavyweight fighting. You need both eyes to fight. If you can't see out of both eyes, you could get knocked out or seriously hurt. So we need to make sure he was fine to fight. And he said he wasn't fine to fight. He said he couldn't see out of one eye. That's that. I don't think he quit whatsoever. I feel he was genuinely injured. I watch Tom Aspinall, I follow his channel. He's not that type of person to throw a fight like that, whether it's going well or not. He would go out in his shield. I know he would. So those out there who saying, John Jones would beat him, Tom Aspinall threw the fight, Tom Aspinall quit, blah, blah, blah. You can see the comments. That is not correct. He was eye poked and he couldn't see. That's it. No different than when Aljo was kneed in the head. No different than when we've seen previous eye pokes. This is the same thing. He got eye poked badly. Sorry, the replay, it was a double eye poke. You can see the fingers go into his eye socket and he couldn't see. So you can't blame Tom Aspinall. So did Tom Aspinall quit? No, he didn't. He was eye poked. That's that. Other question. Is Ciryl Gane a dirty fighter? I haven't seen any evidence on paper or in his fights to show he's a dirty fighter. He doesn't kick people below. He's never eye poked previously. So the answer to that is no. Ciryl Gane is not a dirty fighter. But I would say in this instance here, it did look I don't know. I can't explain it. Why are two fingers going into someone's face? I don't know what technique that was. Because if you're parring or trying to get distance, you should really have your hands up. But I know people go like that, and it happens a lot with your fingers there like that, and it doesn't happen a lot. But people need to start putting their hands up, or put your hands down, or something like that. But he's got his hands out, and it's going straight into his eye. It does look slightly intentional. It does. But Do I think Ciryl Gane's a dirty fighter? I see a lot of comments saying, oh, he learned it from John Jones. He learned it from John Jones. I don't believe that's what happened here. I don't believe Ciryl Gane is a dirty fighter. I just don't know what technique that was. And I don't know why that happened. So I don't, he hasn't done it before previously, so I can't say he's a dirty fighter. But I'm just questioning the technique. But I don't know. He might have been pushing off or something, and then it went to his eye. I'm going to rule this as an accident. I reckon this is an accident. It's a big fight. He's got a lot of pressure on him. He's not going to get a title fight again. He might have just spazzed out and just lost train of thought and then put his fingers out, tried to push him back instead of doing it a different way. So is Ciryl Gane a dirty fighter learning from apparently John Jones' iPod? And John Jones is not a dirty fighter. No, Ciryl Gane is not a dirty fighter. Okay. Last but least, mackenziedern, congratulations to her. I feel Abu Dhabi, where the fight was, judges are different everywhere you go. In another state or another country, they may have given this fight to Virna, okay, with the takedowns. But Abu Dhabi seems to be, you take someone down, it's a two-part technique. You can't just get points of taking somebody down. You've got to take them down and do damage or go for submissions. There's a lot of time Virna just took Mackenzie down, she didn't do anything. But Mackenzie was doing work off the bottom. She was hitting with elbows off the bottom. So I feel that's the way they're judging it with takedowns. So if you take someone down, you need to do work on the ground. If you're not doing anything and the person you got under you is attacking you, that position goes to the person on the bottom. That's way Abu Dhabi's are doing it. But obviously you've seen the same fight, and it happened in the Jelton Almeida versus Volkov fight. Jelton was taking down Alex, but he wasn't really doing anything. And then he got the victory because he was doing more work off the bottom. But if this was in another state, probably somewhere in America or a different country, it may be judged differently. But it just depends how people judge, but they judged it that way. So fair enough. It is what it is. But congratulations to Volkov. He got the victory. And Volkov made me laugh because he feels he was robbed in the previous Ciryl Gane fight. Now he's like, well, I was robbed probably previously. So this time Jelton got robbed. So it is what it is. We also had Umar do very well. The difference with Umar, he did wrestling, but he was going for a lot of submissions, and Batista couldn't really do much. So it was like domination of wrestling. So Umar won. He's back on track. Potential title fight next. Racket gets knocked out. Nasty knockout. And yeah, pretty great fight, great card. But just the main event, it did ruin it, but it's no fault of Tom Aspinall and it's no fault of Ciryl Gane. It was an accident. I believe it was an accident. As I said, we have no history of Ciryl Gane doing that previously. Tom Aspinall didn't quit. He's not a quitter. But Dana White said they're going to run it back. I think that's the best thing to do. Probably could add him to it because I think when Tom Aspinall left the cage, he could then open his eye, because he couldn't open his eye for a while. Because I think if you get poked in the eye, it spasms. So I saw him open his eye, so maybe it's back to normal. Probably you're going to get checked. Maybe run this back in like December. Add him to the Marab card or something, or early January. That's my thoughts.